Welcome, beautiful souls. Today I want to discuss these two topics, anxious attachment and avoidance. So I want to have a chat about these and how they display themselves within this dynamics and how you can become aware. So welcome, I'm Kathleen from Awakening Meraki. Now these are two words or two statements, labels, but actually it's probably a better word, two labels that are often referenced to, right? So I have got this masculine and they are just avoiding. They are an avoidant. Or you'll get the word narcissistic or whatever, but I really want to just tune into these two ones today. They're avoiding. They pull away, they run, right? Versus the anxious attachment. The anxious attachment goes, I need you to feel better, so come back. So we chase. That's the feminine polarity. The other one is the masculine polarity. Essentially, they're labels. The push and the pull, the runner, the chaser, the avoidant, the anxious attachment. They are all one and the same thing. It's the energy doing this, the dance, the push, the pull, the in, the out. And it's labeled as what you'll hear it labeled in this twin flame community as the runner chaser, the push and the pull, the lion and the eagle. You'll hear those statements. Or the avoidance, what did I say? The anxious attachment, right? You'll hear all of those labels, but it all comes down to one thing. It's just the energy. It's simply opposite polarities dancing like this. And so that's why that energetic wall goes up, because there is because that anxious attachment, right, is fear. It's fear driven. The avoidance is also fear driven. And so it's that energetic wall that is all the fear that's building up, right? And then that's how everything then repels, because the anxious attachment person is like doing this and it's intense energy. If you have been around somebody that's got that real anxious energy about them, you'll get it. That is this addictive energy that's playing out. It's, the anxious attachment energy is very addictive, very like in your face. Even if they're not physically there, you feel them. Your twin will feel it energetically, and they have no choice but to pull away. They just don't. It's just the way that this energy plays out. So how do you work with this? How do you come into shifting this energy? So first of all, it's about full ownership that this is one energetic system. And you, as the feminine polarity, nothing to do with gender, it's all to do with what you are energetically, if you'll know if you're the feminine polarity, because you probably wouldn't even be listening to me if you weren't. So it's about owning that this energy field is yours. There's not theirs. There's not a their energy and my energy. There's just the one beautiful energy system, which means, guess what? You are equally the avoidant as well as the anxious attachment, because you're just one being, but you're seeing these two energies playing out differently, right? And different, you could call it, when you release this anxious attachment energy and see it with clarity and see it and pinpoint, where does this energy come from? Where are all the stories that are attached to this energy? And you balance that out. You dissolve. What you're doing is you're dissolving that energetic wall. You're dissolving that fear, because you see it. Oh my God, I'm actually attached to that. What the hell? Why am I playing her out? No, we're not doing that anymore. And what happens is it brings you, and then you see, the avoidance part of it is when we're in this anxious attachment, we're also in avoidance, because we're over here, but we're avoiding the truth, which is underlying the anxious attachment. So this is the key here, is that you have this other physical representation to show you that it doesn't matter what you label it. There's this fear, there's this energy that's sitting in there. And so they reflect to you where you're avoiding yourself, or what you're avoiding that's in the energy field. And they're going to reflect to you where you're not in your divinity, where you're not in your sovereignty. And they're going to reflect to you, there's all this fear here. It needs to go. And I can't do it because I'm unconscious, but I'm pulling away because I am avoiding and showing you all this energy that's been playing out your whole life. You know, and where are you abandoning yourself, right? So this is what the dance is. So you don't need to look at your masculine and go, they're avoidant. Because if you're looking at them saying they're avoidant, then so are you, because it's one energy field. They are literally playing a character unconsciously. So the key here is that the feminine polarity has to start with the anxious attachment. Where are you anxiously attached? Look at it and go, I don't need to be attached to that body because I'm good. I'm good on my own. It's only energy that's making me feel this way. So let's pull the energy back and calm it and center it down. You know, where am I avoiding? Where have I, because when we're in attachment, in that energy, that anxious attachment, what's actually going on here? Because we want to just launch in, solve, fix, you know, get into that masculine polarity and solve the world and fix. And that's not our role. No, we need to pull our energy back and see the attachment and see where, hang on a minute, if I'm doing that, then where am I abandoning myself? Why am I abandoning myself over another body? Come back here. Now that you are the creator here, by the way, you are creating this whole energetic push and pull dynamic, and we don't even realize because we're blaming the other body, but they're just responding to energy because they're you. They're literally mirroring you the whole time. Even if you're not seeing it in the physical, there's not an us and them in two different energy systems. There's just one. And as the awakened conscious one, you have to really start to go, okay, where am I abandoning myself? Where am I anxiously attached? I haven't heard from them in 6 months. Okay, and that energy's come back around, it's cycled around for you to look at again. You go, right, I'm not going to abandon myself this time. I'm not going to worry about where they are at. Why do I even care? Come in and do this energy work and really learn about the energy. It's not about the labels. It's about the underlying energy that's been labeled as all of these things. Here's the thing though, neither of you are anxious attachment or avoidant, right? Neither of you are. It's just the energy, because who are you? You are the soul. So it's just the distorted energy that's been playing out through this lifetime and probably others, that you are now here to see it with clarity, to awaken to it, so you can be free from it, so you can live free from all that shitty energy. And then you learn to stabilize in this newer frequency. It's not even new, it's the true frequency of you, without all this distortion. This is what going all in looks like. This is what learning about energy looks like. It's getting into the micro details of this energy and not abandoning myself anymore. And I'm going to look at that. When we stop abandoning ourselves as the feminine polarity, it then allows the energy to be freed, and it allows the masculine to go, what the hell am I running away from? I'm lonely. Why did I run? Why did I run? And it allows them to do their work. They can't do it when you're constantly throwing your energy. What does that anxious attachment energy look like in the physical world? Seeking, searching, wanting to try and understand this journey, needing to know everything about the masculine, you know, getting all up in their business, even, you know, just stalking them. Tarot, psychic, that is anxious attachment energy. See it with absolute clarity. When you dissolve that and you stop abandoning yourself and you start working on yourself and start seeing where that energy stems from, it's usually your childhood, then everything will shift for you. And that is why this journey is bigger than just meditating. You've got to get into this detail. You've got to see it so you can dissolve it and get rid of it out of your energy field, transmute it into love. which is who you truly are. And you absolutely can. I know that energy feels very powerful and scary. And we almost want to go into, you'll hear this often, I'm avoiding the masculine, but yet we've called them avoidant. If you're avoiding your masculine, then you're abandoning yourself. You're avoiding something within your own soul frequency that needs alchemizing. That's why you got to get out of all the labels, because none of it's true. It's just distorted energy. See it with clarity, because when you were in soul and you're stabilized there, none of this is an issue. There's no push or pull, because you're centered, you're balanced, and you now know about the push and the pull. You now know about this energy that's been there. And there might be remnants of it still, but because you're in soul, you're the observer, you can see, oh, I'm feeling that anxious attachment energy coming forward, that push energy. I'm not playing that out. No, I see it and I'm good. And that's what balanced energy is. It's not that the energy is not necessarily there anymore. It's that you see it and you know not to act on it, to react to it, right? You just let it just move its way. Anyway, this is just a short one today. Really hope that this resonates. This is the energy work. This is going all in. This is full investment on yourself. This is about no more abandoning yourself, no more avoiding yourself, which also means no more avoiding the masculine. It's looking at everything from the level of energy through the lens of the soul, which means you're the observer of the energy. And when you can see it and not allow that anxiety to fuel you and then make you do things, because that's what it does. The energy just controls you. And when you can start to get out of the mind and see it with clarity, you'll realize that I'm not an anxious, attached person. That's just energy that stems from my childhood because of whatever experience. But I didn't resonate that it's been playing out all my life. Right, well, now I do. So now I'm going to start to move it. I'm going to feel it and I'm going to let it move through, and I'm going to give that experience love, but send it away, because it's not me anymore. Sending so much love.